picture it. You're sitting down to do your tax and you hit the same fork in the road you hit every year. You can lodge for free using myTax, the ATO's online portal, or you can pay a registered tax agent. And here's the trap most people fall into. Free feels like the obvious win, so they never question it. But the agent's fee is tax deductible, and a good one often finds deductions you'd never have spotted on your own. So which path actually leaves more money in your pocket? Stick with me, because I'm going to run both side by side and show you exactly how to tell which one is right for you. Let me show you why this matters more than you'd think. According to the conversation citing ATO data, around 64% of Australia's roughly 15 million individual taxpayers, that's about 9.6 million of us, lodge through a tax agent, even though myTax is free and usually refunds within 2 weeks. That makes us one of the highest agent-using countries in the developed world. And if you've been doing it that way for years without questioning it, that's completely normal. It's just habit. But here's the number that should make you pause. eTax reports that studies suggest self-prepared returns can leave you paying up to $1,000 more tax over time than someone using a qualified accountant purely from missed deductions. Meanwhile, a basic agent fee runs $120 to $220. So the real question isn't free versus paid, it's which one leaves more in your pocket after everything, and the answer might surprise you. Here's the picture at a glance so you can see where you sit. On the left, myTax. It's free. The ATO pre-fills your income, and money.com.au notes your refund typically lands within 2 weeks. On the right, a tax agent. You pay a fee, $120 to $220 for a basic return, but that fee is 100% deductible. Next year, the agent hunts down deductions you didn't know existed, and Tax Falcon points out you also get audit protection and a 6-month lodgement extension. Free versus paid is the headline you already know, but look closer at those bullets, because the paid option earns its keep in ways the sticker price completely hides. And that's exactly where we're headed next. Let's start with myTax. This is the ATO's free self-service portal inside MyGov, open around the clock. It suits you if your tax life is genuinely simple. One salaried job, no share portfolio, no rental property, and deductions you can clearly back up with receipts. The conversation reports myTax handled about 36% of returns in 2021. The wins are obvious, or it costs you nothing. The ATO pre-fills your income statements and bank interest, and refunds usually arrive within 2 weeks. But here's the catch that's baked right into the design. myTax is built to collect tax, not to maximize your refund. It won't nudge you toward an industry-specific deduction or a clever work-from-home claim. As H&R Block puts it, you're fully responsible for the accuracy of that return, which means the burden of knowing what you can claim sits entirely on you. Now, let me be fair to myTax, because for the right person, it's genuinely unbeatable. If you earn a single PAYG salary with maybe a few small work expenses you already know about, there's honestly no hidden refund waiting for an agent to unlock. Tax Falcon's 2026 fee table starts at $120 to $220 for a basic return, so in the cleanest cases, you'd literally be paying for nothing. myTax is also open 24/7 with no appointment, and the pre-fill means the income side of your return, the part most likely to trigger a mismatch with the ATO, is largely done for you. So if that sounds like you, don't let anyone talk you into paying. But here's where it gets interesting, because for most people, that clean, simple picture doesn't quite match reality. Here's the part most people miss with myTax, and it's the quiet one, because the portal never prompts you. The real cost is the deductions you simply don't know to claim. eTax reports that studies show self-prepared returns can leave you paying up to $1,000 more tax over time than someone using a qualified accountant. And it's not just lost refund, it's risk. H&R Block warns plainly that lodging through myTax without guidance can lead to mistakes, missed deductions, and possibly penalties if the return's filled out wrong. If the ATO later adjusts an overclaim, you pay the extra tax plus possible interest, plus potential penalties. Then there's the time. Doing your own research and data entry can easily swallow 3 to 4 hours. So free in dollars doesn't always mean free in outcome, which raises the obvious question. Does the paid option actually earn its fee? Let's find out. Now let's look at the tax agent. This is your option if your affairs are even slightly more involved. Work-related expenses, a home office, professional memberships, courses, shares, or claims specific to your industry. Where myTax stays silent, an agent applies professional judgment to find deductions you didn't know existed. Money.com.au says using a registered agent will often ensure you receive the maximum refund possible, simply because they prepare a more comprehensive return, and you're buying protection too. TaxFalcon notes part of the fee covers audit protection and a 6-month lodgement extension, which lowers your compliance risk. One thing I'd urge you to check though, make sure your agent is registered with the Tax Practitioners Board, which guarantees they meet minimum competence and compliance standards. That's a 2-minute search that protects you completely. Here's the part almost nobody realizes, and it's the agent's strongest card. The fee isn't really the fee. TaxFalcon explains that tax agent fees are 100% deductible the following year, so depending on your bracket, you effectively claw back 16 to 45% of what you paid. Let me run this 3-way so you can see yourself in it. If you're on the lower end, say a 21% marginal rate, a $200 fee costs you around $158 net. In the middle, at 34.5%, that $200 drops to a real cost of just $131. And if you're a higher earner near 45%, it's closer to $110. Now layer in what the agent finds. In a typical case, $800 of legitimate extra claims at a middle rate is worth $276 back. Suddenly you're well ahead of myTax every single year after the fee. Now I want to be genuinely upfront with you, because the agent isn't perfect. First, you pay the fee now and only recoup the deductibility benefit a full year later, so there's a cash flow lag to be aware of. Second, fees scale with complexity. TaxFalcon's 2026 ranges run $180 to $350 for a standard return with work-from-home claims, and $350 to $600 total plus for complex returns with shares or crypto. And third, this is the honest bit most people won't tell you. If your return is genuinely simple, one salary and no real deductions, an agent has almost nothing to find. You'd be paying for time savings and peace of mind, not a bigger refund. An agent earns its fee through complexity and missed deductions. If you have neither, the math swings straight back to free myTax. So how do you actually tell which camp you're in? That's what the scorecard answers. Let's score this round by round so you can weigh it for yourself. Upfront cost, myTax wins outright at 0 versus $120 to $600 as plus for an agent. Refund maximization, the agent takes it because money.com.au says a registered agent often secures the maximum refund while myTax leaves you to find everything alone. Refund speed is a tie, both typically pay within 2 weeks. An effective net cost still favors myTax at 0, though the deductibility point narrows the gap, leaving the agent's real cost at just 55 to 84% of sticker, so that's 2 rounds to myTax, 1 to the agent, 1 tied. But notice something, the agent's single win is on the exact criterion that actually drives your bottom line. Now the softer criteria, the ones that are easy to ignore until they cost you. Audit protection, the agent wins since TaxFalcon notes it's bundled into the fee, along with a 6-month deadline extension, and myTax gives you none. Error and penalty risk, the agent again, because H&R Block warns that DIY myTax carries mistake, missed deduction, and penalty risk, while a professional's entire business model is keeping you compliant. And time cost, the agent once more. If you're doing it yourself, expect 3 to 4 hours of research and data entry versus under an hour with an agent who handles the record keeping. Across these 3 rounds, the agent sweeps, so the full scorecard is tightening fast, and there's one number left that settles the whole thing. Let's tally it up. myTax won the 2 pure cost rounds and tied on speed. The tax agent won refund maximization, audit protection, penalty risk, and time saved. 4 rounds covering the things that hit your actual outcome, so on a straight count, the agent takes more. But here's the honest truth. myTax's wins are decisive for one very specific person, and the agent's wins are decisive for pretty much everyone else. The deciding factor isn't the tally, it's you and your situation. And that comes down to a single number I'm about to show you. Here's the one number that decides it for most people, the agent's effective net fee. On a $200 fee at a 34.5% marginal rate, the deductibility maths brings the real cost down to just $131. So the test becomes beautifully simple. If a tax agent can find more extra refund than their net fee, more than about $131 in this example, they win, full stop. And remember, eTax is finding that DIY why lodgers can pay up to $1,000 more tax over time, which tells you that bar is genuinely easy to clear if you've got real deductions. In a typical case, an agent finding $800 of extra claims puts $276 back, more than double the net fee. The moment your deductions exceed your net fee, the free option is quietly costing you money. Let me show you exactly which side of that line you fall on. So which one wins for you? Honestly, it depends, but the rule is clear. If your tax life is genuinely simple, one PAYG salary, no investments, and just a handful of small deductions you already know about, use myTax. It's free, it's fast, and an agent has nothing meaningful to add. But the moment you have real work-related expenses, a home office, professional memberships, courses, shares, crypto, or a rental property, a tax agent almost certainly wins. And here's the rule to hold on to. If the extra deductions an agent can find beat their net fee, around $131 in our worked example, pay the agent. In a middle-income case, that gap can be about $145 a year in your favor, which stretches to roughly $5,000 to $8,000 over a working lifetime. Add audit protection and the hours you get back, and for most working Australians with anything to claim, the agent is the smarter call. Let's make this personal, so you leave with a decision. Choose myTax if you have a single job, no investments, and deductions you can fully substantiate and already understand. Your affairs are simple, and an agent can't beat free. Choose a tax agent if you have work-related expenses, a home office, education costs, professional memberships, shares, crypto, or a rental property. Anywhere professional judgment uncovers claims you'd miss. And if you're still unsure, here's my favorite move. Run the test yourself. Complete your return in myTax to get the estimate, then take the same records to a registered agent for a parallel review before lodging. Compare their refund against their net fee, around $131 on a $200 bill. If they beat it, pay them. And whichever way you lean, always confirm your agent is registered with the Tax Practitioners Board first. If you've made it this far, you now know something most people picking on habit never figure out. myTax is free, but free can quietly cost you $1,000 a year if you've got deductions you're not claiming. A good tax agent isn't really an expense. It's a deductible investment that often pays for itself, as long as your tax life is complex enough to make it worth it. So here's your one action today. Run the net fee test on your own return before you lodge, and never pick on habit alone. If you want to go deeper on exactly which deductions you might be leaving behind, that's what we cover next. I'm Sophie. I'll see you there. Remember, this is general information only and not tax advice. Always check with a registered tax agent or the ATO for your own situation.